$7, that's the coffee. The good one with your name written on the side. The one you pick up on the way in. $7 a day is $2,555 a year. And I'm not going to tell you to quit it. I'm going to tell you what's it worth if you move it. Take the same habit, send it to your mortgage every month, marked principal. And on a $350,000 loan, it deletes $109,172 of interest. And it hands you your house 6 years and 2 months early. That's the video. But that's not the part that stopped me, because $109,172 of interest divided by what a year of that actual coffee cost you is 47 years of coffee. You moved it from 24 years, it came back worth 47. Every single year you've moved came back as 2. So this isn't a video about giving something up. It's a video about moving something and coming back bigger. Coming up, the honest price of the habit, which is not $7 a day, and why every version of this math on the internet overstates it. 1 cup of coffee is worth the month you send it. The rung on the ladder that cost you nothing, you'd miss and still pays 5 figures. And 1 mistake that keeps every bit of it worth exactly 0. I'm David Lurvy. I'm a licensed mortgage loan officer. Let's price the habit honestly, because this is where these videos usually cheat. $7 a day, 365 days a year is $2,555 a year. That's the number you've heard. And it's wrong, because it assumes that if you stop buying the coffee, you drink nothing. You don't, you make it at home. So what does that actually cost? Ground coffee runs about $9.46 a pound right now. A pound is about 45 cups, so the coffee in your cup is 21 cents. Milk's about $4.31 a gallon, and there's roughly 12 ounces in a latte. Call that 40 cents. 21 and 40, your cup at home costs 61 cents, which means the real number, the one you can actually move, is 7 minus 61, or $6.39 a day, $2,331 a year, $194.28 a month. Using the full $7 overstates this by $224 a year, and I'd rather hand you a smaller number and have it hold up. By the way, the $7, my assumption, not a survey. You might be at $5, yours might be at $9. Put your number in, the whole thing scales either way. Before that, $194.28 does anything. Look at what it's walking into. $350,000, 30-year fixed at 6.625. Principal and interest only today, no taxes, no insurance, no escrow. Because extra principal never touches those. That payment is $2,241.09. Now open the very first one. You send $2,241.09, $1,932.29 of it is interest, $308.80 of it actually buys the house. You wrote the check for $2,200 and you bought $300 of the house. That's not a scam, it's just what carrying a big balance cost. But now put the coffee next to it. Your whole mortgage payment bought $308.80 of the house. $194 for the coffee buys another 63% on top of that. Your coffee isn't competing with your mortgage payment. It's competing with the tiny sliver of your mortgage payment that actually does something. And that's a fight. It wins. So why does a small amount move a big number this big? Your regular payment already covers this month's interest. all of it. So when you send extra and market principal, it doesn't get taxed on that way in. It skips the interest line completely and lands on the balance. And a balance you kill today can never charge you again. Run that forward. At 6.625%, we're going to use $1 left sitting inside your loan grows $7.26 over 30 years. So $1 of principal you send this month erases $6.26 of interest you are going to be charged later, which means today's cup, $6.39, quietly deletes about $40 of future interest. One cup, $40. Do it again tomorrow, and then the day after that. That stack of little deletions is the whole strategy, and there's nothing clever underneath it. It's just what a cup of coffee and $40 are very different numbers. And nobody at the bank has any reason to mention it to you. So let's run it. $350,000 loan, 30-year fixed. Left alone, it charges you $456,792 in interest. That's not a typo. You borrow $350 and you pay back the interest of $456 on top. Now add the coffee, $194.28 a month, marked principal starting this month. Interest drops to $347,619. You saved $109,172. And the loan finishes in year 23 and 11 months instead of 30. 74 payments you never write. 6 years and 2 months of your life where that bill just isn't there anymore. Now the part I actually want you to keep. You gave up coffee shop versions for 24 years, and that cost you $2,331 a year. The interest you deleted, $109,172. Divide one by each other. 47 years of coffee. You moved 24 years of it, and then the loan handed you back 47. Every year you gave came back as 2. Nobody frames it that way because framing it that way makes it obvious. 2 things, then right back to it. If this is helping, please tap the like button and subscribe if you want more of these videos. And the second thing is, I'm a licensed mortgage loan officer. This is what I do all day. If you want to go through your exact situation, the QR code on the screen and my email address are on the screen as well. And they're both down in the description and the pinned comment, which is the very top comment. Book a free call with me or just email me. Want to run the numbers yourself? My free extra payment calculator is linked down there too. All right, back to it. Now let's take the pressure off because I know what the last few minutes sounded like. Nobody is quitting coffee for 24 years. That's not the plan. That's a punishment. And you'll fold by March. So stop thinking in dollars and start thinking in days. How many mornings a week do you make coffee at home instead? One morning a week is $27.75 a month. It's worth $20,403 and it pulls 14 payments off the end. One morning. 2 mornings, call it Tuesday and Thursday, is $55.51 a month. That's $38,766, 26 payments gone. 3 mornings, $55,410. Weekdays at home, weekends at the shop, that's $84,502. And it takes 57 payments off the end. And all 7, the full version is $109,172. Look at those rungs. 2 mornings a week is a 5-figure number, and there's something in that column you'd never guess. The smaller the slice, the better the exchange rate. 1 morning a week turns $2.12 for every dollar. The full 7 returns $1.96. So the person doing the easy version is getting the better deal per dollar, not the worst one. So don't pick the impressive rung, pick the rung you'll still be doing years from now. Let's do the honest scoreboard, because I'm not selling you the win without the invoice. Over 23 years and 11 months, you've sent $55,759 of coffee money at the loan. That's real. It came out of your actual life and deleted $109,172 of interest. So every dollar you sent killed $1.96 of cost, except that $55,759 was never spent. Every dollar of it went into your own balance, your equity, your walls. It's the only line in your budget that's still yours after you pay it. And separately, the 74 payments you never write at the end at $2,241 apiece are $165,841 that simply never leaves your account. Don't add those two together. They're very different things, but neither one is small. Now, the part that actually costs people the money and isn't the math, you send your extra, you feel great about it, and your servicer takes it and prepays next month's bill with it, or drops it into your escrow account, or parks it in a suspense account until it grows into a full payment. Your balance doesn't move. Your payoff date doesn't move. You did the hard part and got credited for none of it. Extra money has a default setting, and that default was not written in your favor. So, 3 rules. This is where you need to write something down. Rule 1, market principal only. In your payment portal, there's almost always a box that says additional principal. Use that box. On a check, it goes on the memo line. Rule 2, check the very next statement. Your balance should have dropped by the normal principal plus your extra that you sent. If it didn't, call them. It's a 5-minute fix and they'll correct it. Rule 3, extra means on top of your full payment, never instead of it. A short payment isn't an early payoff, it's a late payment. And one more that's specific to coffee money. Do not send it daily. $6.39, 369 times a year is 365 chances for your servicer to sit on a small payment until it adds up to something, and that's exactly how this money ends up in suspense. Let the coffee money pile up in your checking account and send one number once a month with your payment. On this loan, that means you'll send $2,435.37 instead of $2,241.09, and then tell them where the extra goes. 4 honest things, and a couple might talk you out of this. 1, when you start matters more than how much you send. Same loan, same coffee, starting this month saves you $109,172. Starting 5 years from now saves you $69,956. Starting 10 years from now saves you $41,065. Same habit, same discipline, worth a third as much, purely because there's less time left for it to work. So start ugly, start at 1 morning a week. 2, if your rate starts with a 3, this changes. Same loan, same coffee at 3 1/4. You save $38,588 instead of $109,172. Still a lot, but down there, the argument for investing the money gets it much stronger. And I'd tell you that to your face. 3, if you're already years into this, it shrinks, but it doesn't disappear. Take that same loan, 8 years, you'd owe about $311,045. The coffee from today saves you $51,465 and pulls the finish line by 43 months. 4, 3 things come first. and I'd rather lose you here than skip them. A credit card at 23% beats a mortgage at 6.625 every single time. Kill that first. You need real cash in the bank before you start putting money into the walls, because the walls don't give it back when the transmission goes out. And take your full employer match before any of this. That's free money. Nothing beats free money. 3 more before you go, and then we're done. This never lowers your required payment. You could be 5 years ahead and the bank still wants you to pay your full payment of $22.41 next month. If a smaller payment is what you actually need, that's a recast video. It's a different video on my channel. Check your note for a prepayment penalty. On a standard owner-occupied loan, these are rare and they're restricted by rule. But on a non-qualified or a business purpose loan, they're absolutely still exist. So read it or ask whoever holds your loan. And one note per program, because this trips people up. Extra principal shortens any loan. Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, everyone. What it will not do is cancel FHA mortgage insurance if you're on the life of the loan version. For that, you're looking at an FHA streamline or refinancing out of it. Veterans, your lever is the IRRRL, the VA streamline, and USDA has the streamline assist. The tools are just different depending on your loan you're in. Nobody watching is this stuck. Here's the whole video on one screen. The coffee is not $7 a day, it's $6.39 because the cup you make at home still costs you 61 cents. And on $350,000 loan at 6.625% marked principal, that's $109,172 of interest deleted in 6 years and 2 months off the end. The interest you saved is worth 47 years of the same coffee against 24 years you've moved. You don't have to do all 7 mornings. 2 mornings a week is $38,766. And the small version actually pays a better rate per dollar than the big one. It only counts if it lands on principal. So mark it and then check next month's statement. And send it once a month, not once a morning. The person who started this video had a coffee habit they'd been told to feel guilty about. You don't have to feel guilty about it, and you don't have to quit it. It's just worth a lot more than $7. And now you know exactly how much and exactly what to do with it. One last thing, if you want me to look at your numbers, the QR code and my email are back on the screen, and the links are in the description and the pinned comment. Book a call or email me. No pressure either way. I'll see you in the next one.